welcome at our third webinar of this series. We're going to talk to you today about QnA Maker and Postman collections. So over the last few times, we actually created our very first chatbot, and that's actually an interesting part. We used QnA Maker because it helps you making a knowledge base. But as promised last time, we were going to look into making sure that we can update that knowledge base. Now, before we can actually update the knowledge base, you have to understand the way that QnA Maker works. And by using QnA Maker, you actually get a bunch of REST APIs that allow you to manipulate the data set. And working with those REST APIs is fairly easy, but Stefan made a really nice Postman collection that allows you to do that through Postman rather than building code. So that way you can actually play a bit around with Postman, making sure that you have the correct calls, the correct REST calls to actually update your knowledge base. Now, for those who don't know Postman, Postman is a way of, whoops, what are you doing, Rick?
Oh, sorry. Back.
There we go. So Postman is a way of, or it's actually a tool that allows you to execute REST calls and then inspect all the stuff that's going over the line. So you can see the response, you can see the headers, you can tweak the headers and play a bit around seeing what actually changing specific property in the headers will actually do. Now, a Postman collection is actually a shareable entity or shareable thing that you can import, where you can group different requests together. So you can imagine that in order to actually do something, you might want to do something with authentication before you actually can update your knowledge base. So what you can actually do is you can make a collection, you can create folders in that collection and have different requests batched together, making sure that you can actually have the complete code flow, but without writing any lines of code. So what we're going to do today is we're going to have a quick look at that, as that is the actual first step to being able to have a continuous integration, continuous deployment process around updating your QnA Maker settings, QnA Maker, knowledge base. So as you probably know by now, we're four guys, two guys from Austria and one from the Netherlands, one from Belgium. So Twitter handles are there. Just to be sure, Stefan actually did update his Twitter handle, so it's no longer Cloud Guy Pro, it's Stefan Bissner. And sorry, Bisser, my German is not that good.
No problem.
With that, let's see if we can play a bit with Postman. The floor is yours.
So let's first have some background. Like you already said, last time we stopped with a QnA Maker bot, so we did a change on some code, and we deployed some code, and we created a QnA Maker, and some questions and some answers, and this thing is running in team. So still, if I say hi, it normally should still say running hi, and our test question was always, what's Tommy's nickname? See if I can type this right. Nickname, there we go, and it's still Tommy, of course. So that thing is still running. Now, we already had I think we took the chit chat or the comedian, or what was it? So we already had a lot of test questions in there, or test questions, normal questions. Yeah. But we also added our own questions. So are my URLs valid? If my URLs have valid frequently asked questions content, but the tool cannot extract them, why not? So let's say, for instance, we want to add some stuff here. So this would be our normal way of working. So we have our bot, it's running in production, and we want to add some more questions, or we want to chase some questions, or add some alternative phrasing. So over a follow prompt, if we can do a lot of things, then what we would do, we would add something here all the time. So let's say what different questions for what's Thomas's nickname could be. Guys, help me out here. I don't know.
What's Tommy called?
Yeah, for example.
Okay. What's Tommy called?
It makes more sense when you name it Thomas. Thomas called because.
Thomas called.
Or what's he called?
What does his mother call Thomas?
Yes.
Yeah.
His
like
wife called Thomas. There we go. Or his
does,
mother. Oh, does his mother call Thomas? Yeah, you
thanks, guys.
now.
Thank you. Hi, Mom. Thanks for watching.
So it's all Tommy, of course. And now, yeah, our bot still has no idea. So if I just say, how does, maybe if we're lucky, his mother call him Yeah, see, so no idea, but has no clue that that question was added, so we still need to tell it to learn that. So we press the save and train button, and this should only take a minute
Or two.
or 2 or 5, which is
It
normal.
shouldn't take long.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's the same spinner like in SharePoint, but it says something different.
yeah, it spins. There we go. So let's test it out. How does his mother call Thomas? And this should be good. It's Tommy, of course.
Perfect.
And back in team. So how does probably it's a little bit different, but normally he should take this. No, Thomas, his mother call him.
And there is no answer because you didn't press the publish button, Rick.
That's
Correct. Yeah, that's right. So I tested it out. So lesson learned, always press the publish button. So publish again. And this should only also take a minute. So I think everybody's already seeing where we're going with this. If this is your day job, then I do not envy you, because then
Yeah.
the only thing you're watching is hang tight. This should only take a minute because now I published it. Now my bot, voilà, there we go. Now my bot will probably know this, so we'll try it again. How does Thomas, his mother, call him? And I have typed this sentence already 5 times, so it's Tommy, of course. So
There
and
you
now
go.
let's say, oh no, I made a mistake. Then we have to go back to the beginning. So which is also
Edit service on the bottom.
Edit
There
service.
you go.
Yeah, and I have to change something again. Save and test it, of course. Save and train. Publish again. So this is gonna be a very long process if we're doing this every day for a lot of questions and answers. So we need to automate this somehow. Now, like Abi already said, there are some APIs that we can call for this to update our knowledge base or to add our knowledge base or alter them or whatever. The URL is a little bit long, so I'm guessing guys will probably put this in the as a link in the video somewhere, because it's too long to type over. And we'll see what we can do. There's not that much we can do, but of course there's also not that functionality that we need. So let's choose one. Let's get some, because we create a knowledge base, we already have one. So let's get the knowledge base details. And okay, what do we need? We probably need some JSON that we have to post somewhere. Here we go, request URL. We have to post something to this one, and we have to add a knowledge base ID and a subscription key. And we have a bad response and a good response, so that's good. We have a code example, C#, curl, JavaScript, so that's good. But of course, we want to test it out, because I'm not gonna open up my Visual Studio or Visual Studio Code or whatever to start testing this all out. I just want to see if this API is working. So there's probably a testing console, which is perfect. So host name, Stefan, help me out with this one. West US, that's probably where we created our cognitive service.
Yeah. The thing is, you need to get the correct URL in your browser. So if you created your cognitive service APIs in West Europe, for example, you have to go for westeurope.dev.cognitive.microsoft.com. Otherwise, there's a new one which is using the wildcard, where the region basically doesn't matter.
Okay.
So in this case, we're going for West US because our QnA maker is running in West US, so we're good to go with that.
Yeah. So if something isn't working later on, then we made it probably in the wrong region. Or since we're from Europe, I think most companies will make it in Europe for this region, but we didn't do that. Now the knowledge base ID, I remember that from last time. That was right. I saw it. Knowledge base ID. So I take this one, fill it in here, and then we need a subscription key. So that's probably in Azure that we need that one.
Yeah, that's one of the Azure keys, not the key you get from the QnA maker portal, which is the endpoint key.
But this one, cognitive services. Yeah. And this is the key that makes us work with the QnA maker. So this is the thing that also makes us pay for the QnA maker if Microsoft charges us. So let's fill in that one, and then I'm guessing request URL, that was okay, so it's automatically filled in. let's hit the send, and we get a 200, which is perfect. That's good. So offers questions, yeah, that's normal. Last change, that was now, I'm guessing. Yep, it was like a few minutes ago, but this is, yeah, UTC time, so that's perfect. And this is our URL. There we go. And we have, it was a chit chat we took, and then some editorial. So, okay, this is the one we're having. So now we probably want to update some endpoints. So let's see, update knowledge base. What do you have to do for that one? So again, the knowledge base ID, then the content type, and then the subscription key. So as you can see here, question, answer, and metadata we can add. So we have to give in a lot of JSON. Now, of course, we can do this with the testing console, but that will probably be a lot to fill in. Open testing console, there we go. So really fill this in, and then of course we have a lot of JSON that we have to fill in. Will be, yeah, makes it life a little bit difficult, because yeah, doing everything like this.
It looks like that you need to read your knowledge base first, because when you start with this, you will override what's already in there, or?
Oh yeah, looks like it. Wait, HQ.
Yeah.
Okay,
you
then
need
we'll
to export it first, because when you start with this,
there's
override
some
your
updates.
IDs, or?
Yeah, there's some updates in it and stuff like that. So
yeah, this is not fun to work with. So that's why Stefan created a really cool Postman collection for us. So let's start using that one. Then we'll make it a little bit easier. Postman is a little bit easier to work with. So step 1, set up your QnA maker service. Okay, we already did that one. Step 1 complete.
Already done.
Step 2, set up Postman. So okay, I have Postman installed. I already use it for some other stuff, so that's okay. But let's see what I have to do. File, import from link, and then take one of those URLs. So file, import from link. There we go. Import.
Now you basically imported all the requests. Now you need to get the environment for that, because we don't want to insert our keys and IDs for each request separately. We want to store them in the environment.
Otherwise we have to, let me test, let's say create knowledge base. Then we have to fill this in, and then fill this in, and we're now, okay, then we're a lot of copy pasting. So these environment variables will make it a little bit easier. So I think it's this one.
Yeah.
And then let's see what's in there. Cool. We have our content type and our subscription key and knowledge base ID, environment, region, operation ID, and keep type. Okay. So let's edit this, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
The current value. I'm guessing this would be application JSON, correct?
Of course. Right.
JSON. Okay. Our subscription key, I just saw that one. That was the one in here. Okay. That's our key. Knowledge base ID, we already saw that one as well. That was this one. Okay, perfect. Then environment.
The subscription key, just 1 second. The subscription key, what Azure service did you?
QnA maker service.
QnA maker. So I searched
QnA maker service. Okay.
Just it makes it, you can see it because it says cognitive service.
Okay.
The other one is all app service and web office. This is there's something else. Search service, application insights, app service. So it's this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then normally keys. Well, there's only 2 keys, so don't click regenerate, because then everything stops working.
You need to re-enter the keys everywhere. Yeah.
You're gonna regenerate after this session.
Oh no. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Key vault. Okay, environment, Stefan. What does that mean?
Yeah, well, basically, you can have from QnA Maker a test environment where you basically just save and train all your stuff. You can hit that endpoint too, or you go for the prod environment, which is the one you recently published. So cool. Either test or prod is cool. The value to insert.
So if I just type in something like this, production.
Yeah.
Cool. And then region R. Okay, we already saw that one as well. Region was in the testing.
West US.
West US. Okay. West US. And then operation ID.
You don't need that for most of the requests. It's just for following up the requests you posted. So each request you post hits basically an operation in the backend. You get an operation ID, and you can follow up on that operation ID. For example, if you hit the create knowledge base endpoint, you get an operation ID back, and you just can follow up on that operation ID if your knowledge base has already been created.
That's to see how far how long it takes to make. That's the waiting. That's the waiting on it. Okay, that's the waiting on it thing. And then key type.
That's the one you'd need to go for either primary or secondary, either which you choose from the Azure portal.
So wait, so that was the key I just
chose the
took
first
here.
one, the primary.
Okay, so now just fill in primary.
Yeah.
Okay, that's easy. Weird that you have to give this value, but yeah, okay. We didn't create the API, so okay. So now just click update, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
One more question, Stefan. The region is the region of, again, the cognitive service. It's not the region of your Azure tenant.
Again,
it's only of the service. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's the same. Can we find that somewhere? Because
yes, on the overview pane of your QnA microservice.
So where I got the keys, there is
location,
the
West US.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I still have some calls left. Okay, we have to talk to our bot more.
Yeah.
Apparently. Okay, so update. Okay, and then add. I'm guessing.
Nope.
No. Cancel.
Add. There's another one. So just click the cancel. Yeah.
Yeah, just cancel. Okay. So we don't need to create one. We don't. Let's download one.
Yeah.
Maybe I get it. So region we filled in. Knowledge base ID, environment, that's all filled in. Headers, this is all filled in. So I'm guessing the double quotations means a global variable, which is in the environment.
That's
so
true.
I just click send.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Hey, cool.
Yeah. This is basically the whole knowledge base.
Yeah, wait, let me open up this a little bit bigger.
I think Postman, when you don't define the variable, it's in a red color. When it's defined, it's in this orange color. So you can see it in the call.
Oh, that's it. Even better. Oh, that's
so I didn't know. At first, it was like I think more in the red. And now you defined the variable, then it's orange. So you can see it immediately.
If you filled it in.
If you fill in it, just something in there.
And I just saw that this was our questions with our answer with our 4th question. So this is the production environment. So because we published it.
Yeah.
And all the other ones that were already in there, which is, as you said, Tommy, a lot of lines. So I'm glad we didn't override that one. So now let's see if we can add a question, maybe. I don't know. Operations. So
no, it's on the update knowledge base patch.
There we go. Patch.
So the thing is, I didn't insert a sample in the body. So we would need to create our body on our own, because it doesn't make any sense to create a sample because we don't know what the users want to do.
If I copy this one in there.
Yeah, the notation is a bit different. Looking at the API reference from your Chrome, it's a bit of a different notation because you have to define your add, update, and delete sections.
Wait, this is update endpoint settings. Probably the wrong. Update node. Yeah, you have to add.
Yeah.
Okay.
But so if you just copy out this add and we say we get the ID from the download knowledge base request, and we're good to go.
Okay, so let's try that one. So I'll have to copy the add.
Yep.
Only this part, yeah.
Then we need to have. Then we need to close the brackets, yeah.
Okay, so there we go. This one, close that one. Close that one.
Need to close one. Yeah.
But if you add the stuff, do you need to provide a new ID?
No. From my understanding,
the ID
no.
So the ID is unimportant.
So if I add another question, so let's say.
And be careful. The first one is always the answer when you copy out the samples.
Yes, I know that one. Yeah, answer and a question. What is Jan's nickname? There we go. So this was filled in.
Yeah, but I think you need to get rid of line 5, or if you add,
ID?
you cannot. My gut feeling, if I add something, I don't provide an ID.
See how easy they
That's
made
right.
it for it? Yeah. Wait.
They used one.
Update testing. What do they give us with this one? They give an ID, so
They
it's
give
all
an ID, but it's all
zero.
ID 0.
Yeah, always ID 0. So
Maybe the endpoint needs some ID. The JSON.
we can try.
Weird.
Okay, that's room for improvement.
Yeah,
But,
definitely.
and then this would probably be application JSON, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Oh, we have beautify. Oh, that's okay. That's better. Looks way better. Okay. Should I click the button? Why not?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's try it.
Let's try.
So what do we get back?
So
Operation.
now
not
you get
start.
your operation ID.
Mhm.
That's the point where you can follow up on the operation to track the status.
Okay, so that means get operation details.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Okay.
and then header subscription. Where?
So now you would need to insert the operation ID in your environment or
here, just
here. Yeah.
There we go. Succeeded. So if I go to
So you basically start a batch update and then
Yeah.
you wait for it. Okay. Makes
Yeah,
no
you
sense
force
for
yourself.
updating one entry, but when you update 100 or
Yeah.
more,
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah.
then you have to probably wait for it and
Yeah.
so if I go manage knowledge base, where was the
Edit on the top.
edit. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm compliant today.
Yeah.
There we go. So this should be. I know we directly added it to production. Correct.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but this
So
should be production.
this should be production. Okay, then it should
So
be.
you could
wait.
search for API.
Search for API on the left-hand side.
Just ask a question.
No, you.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
Could be that it created another editorial. Just check out your editorials. You have this source editorial, source. Yeah.
Chat.
Custom editorial, and it's on the bottom, of course, because it's the last one you created, so it must be on the bottom.
But why does the test already work? We didn't click save and train, or?
Yeah,
just added it.
What this update knowledge base does, it does the save and train in the background as well.
Okay.
Yes, because there is no. I didn't. Yeah, you're right. There is no train. There's a publish, but there's no training button. That's true.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I was waiting to tell you that it doesn't work, but it works with Parallel.
Well, there is a training button. The endpoint is basically the same. It's not in here, and I hope you have it in my Postman collection. Otherwise, I would need to do it.
Nope. Update it.
You need to update it because there is one.
Okay.
It's just knowledge bases / knowledge base ID / train.
Yeah.
It's undocumented endpoint. Always the good ones.
Yeah.
Always the good one. So we added our automatically added it to our QnA. Now it's probably not in my bot yet. So if I ask it here, what is nickname? This one doesn't know it because that was a totally wrong question. Okay, we have created a very friendly bot.
Nice one.
Tip for the next webinar we do, guys, make it a little bit more friendly.
Yeah.
So then we'll probably have to publish it. So back to Postman. I think I saw publish somewhere. Endpoint. Refresh operation.
Yeah.
Publish it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Missed it.
Here you go.
Okay, region is filled in, knowledge base is filled in, headers, so no body.
All good.
Do we need to add a body? No.
Nope.
Just send it. And now we probably get to the what's it called? The operation again?
Yeah.
This is taking a long time.
Slow internet connection.
Yeah, could be.
So instead of looking at the spinner in the Azure portal, you're looking now at
this one.
Yep.
Okay, we get a 200 back, so I'm guessing everything okay. Oh, no content, yeah.
204 is the default, or the good response.
Okay, so for the publish, you don't get the operation detail, okay?
No.
So we can test it now in Teams.
Consistent. So let's see. Nickname. Okay, here we go. Ah, there we go. It's happy, of course.
Perfect.
Okay, and then how many do you know? So every time, so if I now use the API again, it's gonna add it to the custom editorial.
Just go back to your Postman and check out the request, because I guess in this JSON you copied, it says custom editorial. See?
Yeah.
If you change it to editorial, it would be on the top.
That one. Okay. Is there except for making it a little bit more easy to overview? Any other reason?
Yeah. You could basically just make it more readable, but there's no other
technical.
Just for structure purpose.
That's cool.
Cool.
Okay, cool. So now we have a Postman collection to update our QnA maker backend.
But with this API, I'm just thinking loud. We never discussed this before, but when I think of, I think Api, you told us that at your office there is. You created a bot based on questions your regular go-to persons always answers. I think that was this the story.
Yeah, what we did is we created a SharePoint list, basically where we have Q&A questions. And what you can do is you can use Flow, Azure Function, Azure DevOps, whatever you want to use, to whenever a new item is added to that list or whenever an item is changed, to either add that new question and answer to that list, making sure that it ends up in your knowledge base, or actually retrain the module every time a response has changed or some additional info is added. So it's fairly easy to set it up without too much development. I would say you need a developer for the very first setup, but after that, anyone can just ask answers or can put questions and answers into that list, and it will end up in your chatbot.
Yeah, the same thing should be possible when I just use an Excel file, and when I
you can use Excel with a flow in it or a CSV file, or it doesn't really matter.
Oh, cool.
As you can see in the Postman collection, actually you pretty much got two endpoints that you'll probably use a lot if you're trying to do this. Either you're going to do the update and maybe you want to publish it again once in a while. So that are the ones that we use most often. Obviously, when you're considering things like that, you have to come up with things like delete, because you might also want to delete question and answers from it. And when you're using a SharePoint list, it's rather hard to track when an item is deleted using Flow, but things like that are still possible. And you can still work with that. So that's pretty decent.
Yeah, that's cool ideas. Yeah, we have some neat stuff coming then for the next one.
Yeah,
and build some more.
Rick,
good idea. Yeah,
just do me a favor and restart your Postman, and let's show the guys out there watching how they can more easily get this Postman collection into their Postman client. So if you restart it, and there's always a splash screen you get when you open up Postman, where it says create new requests, create new collection, stuff like that.
Normally it should. There we go. Yeah.
And if you go switch there to the templates tab on the and search for QnA or QnA maker or any other thing, you can even import it via the Postman directly. So you don't need to have these links which you used for importing the collection. Just hit run in Postman, and the collection is in there.
No configuration, so create. Oh, cool. So, okay.
Do you get the environment and the collection, both things, with this approach?
Yeah.
Cool. So now I should have the environment.
Probably. If you have one, you just stay at one.
They won't replace it.
Yeah.
But they added the other one as well. So I see here. So let's delete one then. Delete this. Yeah, there we go.
But it's
Okay, so
even easier. You don't need to.
Yeah,
yeah,
you don't need
that's
to
even better.
import.
Yeah, you don't
Ah.
need to import stuff and like that. That's even better. It's a nice tip. It's a nice tip. Okay, then
Perfect.
I think we just showed how to do this in code or in actually Postman or REST API.
So I think next time we're going to look at Azure DevOps and maybe a little bit of Flow or Azure Functions.
Yeah,
Sounds
that's a
good.
good idea.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Yeah, because it's a REST endpoint, so if we can do it with a REST endpoint Postman, then we can do it in Flow. We can do it.
Yep.
Functions. We can do it with everything.
Really everywhere, yeah.
It's a good idea. Okay.
Good. All the links, URLs should be in these video details. So yes, everyone is good to go to get this to working.
Yep.
Okay,
I will link
so
to your blog post as well, so
Mhm.
you have the background.
Yeah.
Perfect. Then thanks, guys. See you
Okay,
next time.
Thanks, guys.
Hey guys.
See you
See you
next
again.
time.
Bye bye.
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 Bye.